Attention passionate Chicago, Bears fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Chicago Bears' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Chicago Bears fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and Chicago, Bears fans. Let's get to the news now, folks. Hold on to your hats because what we're hearing right now could be a real game changer for the Bears. And honestly, it's got the potential to shake up the entire NFC North. There's a hot rumor going around, via The Athletic, that the Las Vegas Raiders, currently in a bit of a rebuild mode after their rough 2-11 season and with the departure of O'Connell's 22 interceptions, are looking to shake things up on the defensive front. And guess what? Christian Wilkins, the interior defensive tackle from the Raiders, might be on his way to Chicago. Yeah, you heard that right. This could be a move that not only bolsters the Bears' defense, but also signals a new era of dominance on the line. So what's the scoop? Well, according to the whispers, the Raiders, who are eyeing a significant rebuild with a bleak outlook for the next season and a cap situation that's tight, over $16 million over the cap for 2026, are willing to part ways with Wilkins. The plan, it seems, is to trade him away in exchange for a third-round pick in the 2026 draft, plus a conditional second-round pick. That's a pretty solid return for a player of Wilkins' caliber, especially considering his age, just 29, and his production. The Raiders want to free up cap space, make room for their draft picks, and perhaps get some future assets to rebuild this team from the ground up. Now, why would the Bears be interested? Well, if you're a Bears fan, you know how much this team needs a game changer on the interior defensive line. Christian Wilkins isn't just any DT. He's a disruptive force, a run-stuffing beast who can also pressure the quarterback. Last season, he racked up 10 sacks, which is pretty incredible for interior linemen, and 15 tackles for loss, showing how much of a headache he is for offensive lines. His PFF grade in 2025 was an outstanding 89.8, putting him in the top tier of defensive tackles league-wide. That kind of talent can immediately elevate a defense that's been inconsistent, and we all know how vital a dominant run defense can be in the NFL. What's even more impressive is Wilkins' ability to stop the run. He's been a key part of the Raiders' defense since 2019, accumulating 30 sacks and 55 tackles for loss in that span. He's a guy who can plug gaps, collapse the pocket, and help your linebackers play freer. His run-stop-win percentage, meaning how often he successfully stops the run, was around 37%, which is elite for a player in his position. And his EPA per stop, a stat that measures the efficiency of his plays, was plus 0.41, showing he's not just making plays but making impactful ones. On the flip side, the Raiders' defense, which has struggled mightily this season, allowing an average of 32 points per game, is in dire need of a boost. Their defensive line is ranked near the bottom of the league, around 30th in pressure rate, and they've been sacked over 50 times this year. The need for interior disruption is clear, especially with Max Crosby doing his best on the edge but lacking help from inside. With Wilkins gone, their interior D-line becomes even more fragile, and that's a big reason why they're looking to trade him now before the new season kicks off. For the Bears, this trade isn't just about adding a talented player, it's about changing the trajectory of the entire defense. Wilkins would slot right into a defensive line that already includes Dexter, who had 4 sacks in 2025 and played well with a PFF grade of 83.5. But Wilkins brings that extra punch. He's a game wrecker who can command double teams, freeing up teammates and reducing the opponent's rushing yards. Last season, the Raiders' run game allowed about 135 yards per game, ranking 21st in the league, but with Wilkins anchoring the interior, projections show that they could hold opponents to around 100 yards on the ground, a significant improvement. That's a 24% reduction in rushing yards allowed, which can turn around the entire game plan. Imagine a front line featuring Wilkins and Dexter, 2 powerful interior linemen who can collapse pockets and stuff runs, making it nearly impossible for opponents to establish their ground game. This would be a huge upgrade for the Bears, especially considering how much their defense has struggled this season, partly because of injuries and inconsistent play up front. The addition of Wilkins could also boost their third down efficiency, as opposing offenses would have a tougher time sustaining drives. The Bears' defense, which has faced issues with injuries and inconsistency, would suddenly look more formidable, more reliable, and more capable of forcing turnovers and creating pressure on opposing quarterbacks. And speaking of pressure, Wilkins is a guy who can generate it. He recorded 80 pressures last season, which is impressive for a defensive tackle, and he allows an average of just 2. 6 yards after catch when he's involved in tackles, making him a solid run defender and a reliable presence in the middle. His injury history is minimal. He missed just 1 game in December 2025 due to a shoulder injury, but has otherwise been durable and consistent throughout his career. Plus, with Donald nearing the twilight of his career, adding a player like Wilkins makes strategic sense for the Bears, ensuring they have a dominant interior presence for years to come. Now, looking at the bigger picture, this move could be a catalyst for the Bears to turn things around quickly. The defense, which has been a weak point in recent seasons, could become a strength, especially if Wilkins and Dexter form a formidable duo. Their run defense would be significantly improved, and their ability to pressure the quarterback would increase, leading to more sacks and turnovers. This kind of upgrade could be the difference-maker in close games, especially in the NFC North, where division rivals like the Packers and Lions have been stacking talent and improving their defenses. Of course, there are questions. Will the Raiders accept this trade? They're clearly in a rebuild, and giving up Wilkins might be part of a larger plan to clear cap space and acquire draft picks. The third-round pick and conditional second could be enough to entice them, especially if they see Wilkins as a player they can't keep long-term or don't see fitting into their future plans. For the Bears, it's a risk worth taking, adding a top-tier interior defender who can contribute immediately and help them contend in the NFC North and beyond. All in all, this potential trade, if it comes to fruition, would be a statement move by the Bears. It shows they're serious about competing now, about building a defense that can carry them deep into the playoffs and possibly even to a Super Bowl. It's the kind of move that energizes the fan base, boosts team confidence, and sends a clear message to the rest of the league that the Bears are coming back strong. Fans are already dreaming of what this defense could look like with Wilkins in the middle. Imagine the havoc they could wreak, the pressure they could generate, and the games they could win. So, as we await official confirmation, it's safe to say that the Bears' front office is making some bold moves, and this one could be a game changer. Whether or not Wilkins dons the navy and orange next season, the buzz around this potential deal is enough to keep fans excited and energized. The NFC North is becoming more competitive by the day, but if the Bears land Wilkins, they'll have a significant edge, one that could propel them closer to their Super Bowl dreams. Keep an eye on this story, Bears fans, because it's shaping up to be one of the biggest moves of the offseason, and it might just be the piece they need to turn the tide. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Chicago Bears news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Chicago Bears fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential trade? Are you excited about the possibility of Wilkins suiting up in navy and orange? Do you believe this move could be the spark that finally pushes the Bears into serious Super Bowl contention? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Chicago Bears. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Chicago Bears news. Keep that passion alive, and let's make this offseason one to remember. Bear down.